The COVID-19 virus has had major implications on individuals' lives as well as animals, plants, vegetation, crops, air and water pollution, along with other environmental factors. Research discovered both positive and negative consequences on the surrounding environment, such as reduction in air pollution and litter around public areas caused by the restrictions as people are forced to stay home more. On the other hand, implications surrounding waste has become an issue, as the use of plastic gloves, masks and hospital gowns manufacturing have all been increased by 40% to meet COVID-19 demands. Not only excessive amounts of plastic have been thrown away, grocery foods are also being tossed out as panic buyers purchase large quantities of food that then reach their expiry date before being consumed. Usually around 1.6 billion tonnes of food is wasted each year. As a result of COVID-19, that has dramatically increased as 65% of closed restaurants are forced to throw extra food away. Farmers are also impacted, resorting to make mulch from their vegetables and donating 750,000 pounds of food to those who need assistance. Single-use plastics is one of the greatest threats to the environment. According to Hong Kong-based NGO Ocean Asia, approximately 300 million tonnes of plastic is produced worldwide every year, with more than 8 million entering oceans annually, which endangers the ecosystem of marine wildlife. With the emerge of COVID-19 pandemic, threats to further exacerbate the surge of plastic pollution, people have shifted from worrying about environmental impacts to preferring plastic equipment and packaging due to hygiene and health reasons as a result of the pandemic. Masks, gloves and other medical equipment is plastic, and much of this is being used and thrown away carelessly. However, studies show that these products are not necessarily safer than reusable alternatives with respect to COVID-19. The virus survives as long as on plastic as it does on any other surface, such as stainless steel. Experts say that plastic goods are far from being the most hygienic or beneficial either to public health or the environment, especially over the long term.
The popular statement that COVID-19 has had positive effects on the environment while everyone staying at home might sound extraordinary, but in reality, this is only temporary. With lockdowns fading, many experts predict bad possibilities will occur, such as more traffic, more pollution, and climate change that worsens faster than ever. When the lockdown was widespread in early April, the daily global carbon emissions were down by 17% compared to 2019. However, in early June, new data only indicates a 5% downfall. For example, in China, as the first country to shut down and the earliest to reopen, there has been a dramatic decline in air quality due to manufacturing and transportation. In addition, a lot more permits are being handed out by the government to stimulate the economy, and that actually leads to an increase of emissions. These offer a preview of what could happen elsewhere, and it will definitely cause major health and climate problems in the future. Coronavirus has created a positive change in the environment in terms of pollution. Since measures such as quarantine and lockdown have been introduced, air pollution levels have dropped significantly. Worldwide, levels of harmful pollutants such as carbon dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide and small particulate matter have plummeted as lockdowns continue. These pollutants are emitted from the burning of fossil fuels in transport, industry and electricity generation, which is strongly and clearly linked to human activity. It has been analysed that COVID-19 could reduce CO2 emissions by 1,600 million tonnes this year, which is approximately 5.5% of total global emissions in 2019. Land pollution has also decreased with these restrictions, as individuals are requested to stay home and therefore cannot pollute outdoors. However, experts fear that greenhouse gas emissions and general pollution may rebound after the economy's recovery. Ultimately, we must collectively approach our environmental crisis with the same urgency as we have the COVID-19 crisis, if we are to improve the effects of global warming. To conclude, the coronavirus pandemic has altered the world environmentally. It has done so both positively and negatively. Some design solutions to cater to a more eco-friendly environment, as well as supporting the community during this pandemic, would entail supporting local farms and businesses, minimising transportation to aid in continually lowering air pollution, and creating a closed loop with plastic manufacturing industries, or possibly finding alternative plant-based materials for masks, gloves, and other safety equipment. Another potential solution is awareness and ensuring the general public is becoming and remaining well educated about these issues. Overall, this virus has majorly altered the way the world works, particularly in terms of the environment. Humans are finding new ways to adapt to change and must also consider the equally dangerous, yet not as fast-acting climate change pandemic.